Price action traders will tell you indicators are for people who can't read a chart, and honestly, they're not entirely wrong. But here's the problem. Price action tells you what to do. It doesn't make you do it. And that's where most traders fall apart. The setup is perfect, the trade goes slightly against you, and suddenly you're moving your stop loss. You see something that's almost a signal and convince yourself it's close enough. Classic. That's where indicators come in. Not as a replacement for reading the market, but as a system that removes you from the equation at the exact moment you're most likely to sabotage yourself. A good indicator doesn't just give you signals, it gives you rules. And rules, unlike feelings, don't panic. Now, there are thousands of indicators out there, and I'm gonna be honest with you, most of them are garbage. Dressed up noise with a color scheme and a fancy name. I've gone through more of them than I'd like to admit, so you don't have to. What I'm left with are 4 that actually hold up when things get messy. The winner might surprise you. Let's get into it. Number 4. In 4th place, we have an indicator called Q-Trend. The idea behind it is simple, and that's part of its charm. The market is constantly throwing fake moves at you. Spikes, wicks, reversals that go nowhere, and most indicators get fooled by all of it. Q-Trend tries to filter that out and only show you signals when the probability of follow-through is highest. A buy arrow when conditions are bullish, a sell arrow when they're not. Clean, readable, no noise. And in the right conditions, it delivers. When the market is trending, this thing points you in the right direction with impressive consistency. First step, open TradingView. If you don't have it yet, I'll leave a link in the description. To add it, search Q-Trend by Tarasenko in the Indicators tab. Then change the ATR period from 14 to 40 and the EMA smoother period from 3 to 10. This makes the indicator less reactive to short-term noise and more focused on meaningful moves. The weakness, it knows direction but not conviction. Q-Trend tells you which way the market wants to go. What it doesn't tell you is whether anyone showed up to push it there. A signal with no volume behind it is just noise with an arrow on it. You enter, price ticks up for 2 candles, and then quietly dies. The signal looked valid, the follow-through just wasn't there. In choppy sideways markets, this happens constantly. The fix? Add the Klinger volume oscillator. Search Klinger volume oscillator by Everget. Change the display to area, fast length from 34 to 29, signal smoothing from 13 to 16. Now you have a filter. Only act on a Q-Trend signal when the Klinger area agrees. Green for buys, red for sells. If they don't agree, you sit on your hands. Wait for a confirming candle to enter. Stop loss at the previous swing low for longs, swing high for shorts. Target 1 to 2 risk to reward. When both indicators align, the trades are clean. You're not chasing a signal, you're waiting for the market to prove there's real participation behind the move. Number 3. In 3rd place, we have a combination that takes a very different approach to the problem of market noise and solves it more elegantly than most traders expect. The first indicator is the trend filter, and the concept is beautifully simple. It plots a 2-pole filter line directly on your chart. When that line is green and price is trading above it, the market is bullish. You only look for buys. When the line is red and price is below it, the market is bearish. You only look for sells. No interpretation needed. The indicator is literally telling you this is the environment you're operating in right now. To add it, search Trend Filter in the Indicators tab. Change the length from 20 to 28. Then go to the Style tab and hide the elements that clutter the chart. Now add the second indicator, Kalman Trend Levels. This one adds the precision layer. While the Trend Filter tells you what the market is doing, the Kalman Trend Levels tell you when to act by firing explicit buy and sell signals within the established trend. Search for it in the Indicators tab and change the short length from 50 to 40 and the long length from 150 to 80. Together, they create a layered system where you're never trading against the current and never jumping in too early. When the trend filter is green and the Kalman fires a buy signal, you have 2 independent systems agreeing that conditions are right. Add a confirming candle in the same direction, enter the trade, and put your stop loss just beyond the dotted line the indicator prints. Target 1 to 2 risk to reward. What makes this particularly reliable is trend alignment. Every trade you take is in the direction of the dominant trend, confirmed by 2 separate indicators. That alone eliminates a massive category of losing trades. The counter trend fade that looks attractive but ends in a stop out. The weakness, it can make you miss the move. By requiring both indicators to agree plus a confirming candle, you're applying a triple filter to every potential trade. In slow or moderately trending markets, that's a strength. It keeps you out of the noise. But in fast-moving, volatile environments, price sometimes makes its entire move before all three conditions line up. You watch it happen without being in the trade. Number 2. In second place, we have an indicator that surprised a lot of traders when it first started circulating, because it's completely free.
Nice.
Anyone can access it on TradingView right now, and yet the results it produces look like something you'd expect from a premium tool. It's called linear regression candles. What it does is smooth out price action. Instead of the chaotic, noisy candlesticks you're used to staring at, you get a cleaner, more readable version of what price is actually doing. Less random volatility, more signal. To add it, search linear regression candles by Ugu in the indicators tab. Go into settings, click input, and change the signal smoothing from 11 to 7. Then go to style and make the plotted line a bit thicker so it's easy to see at a glance. Hide your regular candles, you won't need them anymore, and having both visible just creates confusion. Here's how it works. The indicator plots a signal line on your chart. That line is everything. When the regression candles are trading above the line, the market is bullish. When they're below it, it's bearish. Simple, clean, unambiguous. For a long trade, regression candles above the line, enter, stop loss at the recent swing low, hold until a red candle appears. For a short trade, candles below the line, enter, stop loss at the recent swing high, exit when a green candle appears. And here's what makes this indicator genuinely special. It works everywhere. 5-minute for scalping, 1 hour for day trading, 4 hour for swing trading, stocks, crypto, forex. Most indicators fall apart when you change the time frame or the asset. This one holds up across the board. The regression candles are powerful on their own, but here's something that makes them even better. Search UT bot alerts by Quant Nomad, alerts version, not the strategy. Set the key value to 2 and the ATR period to 1. Now you have a precise trigger. You only enter when two things are true simultaneously. The UT bot fires a signal and the regression candles are on the right side of the line. Buy signal with candles above the line, long. Sell signal with candles below, short. If they don't agree, you wait. And here's the bonus. Set alerts directly on the UT bot, triggered on bar close, connected to your phone or email. You don't have to watch the screen all day. The system notifies you when a confirm signal appears. You check the regression candles and you decide. Both indicators are completely free. For what they deliver together, that's remarkable. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the winner of this ranking. In first place, IQ Trend. Every other indicator on this list solves one or two pieces of the trading puzzle. IQ Trend solves them all, simultaneously on a single chart in real time. Whale activity, liquidity mapping, footprint to discover internal candle dynamics, trend confirmation, buy and sell signals, automatically calculated take profit zones, stop loss levels, and real-time BTC correlation in case you trade crypto. I'm going to walk you through each feature one by one, what it does, why it matters, and how to use it. Then we'll put it all together into a complete strategy and apply it to a live trade so you can see exactly how everything works in real market conditions. Let's get into it. Whale activity. Those green and red vertical bars on your chart represent the buying and selling activity of large institutional players, the market makers whose orders actually move price. Green bars show accumulation, red bars show distribution. When you align your entries with these zones, you're not fighting the market, you're following the people who control it. IQ liquidity. Price doesn't move randomly, it moves toward liquidity, toward the clusters of stop losses and pending orders that market makers need to clear before pushing price where they want it to go. IQ liquidity maps exactly where those clusters sit. Purple columns mark liquidity above price, green columns mark liquidity below. The strategy? Watch which zone is larger and more saturated. That's where price is most likely headed. Once price sweeps that zone and clears it, look for your entry in the opposite direction. You're not predicting, you're reading the map that everyone else can't see. IQ footprint. Most traders see open, high, low, close. IQ footprint shows you the actual battle between buyers and sellers happening inside each candle. A green total means buyers dominated. A red total means sellers had the upper hand. The really powerful signal, a candle with a large wick where buyers were very active but price still dropped. That's a liquidation event. Weak longs just got cleared. After liquidations, price typically moves sharply in the direction of the flush because the resistance has been removed. That kind of edge is simply not available on most retail platforms. Trend colors. The trend color bar paints candles green during uptrends and purple during downtrends. A simple but powerful way to use it: check the daily trend color, then only trade in that direction on the 1 hour or 4 hour. You stay aligned with the bigger picture at all times. The BTC correlation meter shows live on your chart how closely any asset is following Bitcoin. Near 1 means it mirrors Bitcoin. Analyze Bitcoin first. Near 0 means it moves independently. That single number saves enormous amounts of analysis time in crypto markets. Past entry points. See those dots on your chart? They're not random. Every dot marks where the signal used to be before it moved. And this is important. It's not the indicator repainting history. It's the indicator telling you this is where you can add to your position. Here's how it works in practice. You enter a trade. Price moves slightly against you. The signal shifts and leaves a dot behind. That dot is your cue to average in. Add a small additional position at a better price. When the trade eventually moves in your direction, that averaging makes the profit significantly larger than if you had just entered once and held. Filter. In the settings, you'll find a filter option. The default is 4. Lower it and you get more signals, but more risk. Raise it to 6, 8, or even 10 and you get fewer signals, but each one is cleaner and more reliable. The practical approach? Test the indicator on your preferred asset and time frame. If you're seeing too many signals that need averaging to work out, raise the filter. If the indicator is barely firing, lower it. Trend control. Enable this and the indicator will only show signals that align with the dominant trend, cutting out a significant portion of the noise. You'll get fewer trades, but the ones you do get are higher quality. If you're just starting out, or if you prefer a slower, more selective approach, this is the setting for you. Support and resistance levels. Enable this in the settings and the indicator automatically draws the nearest support and resistance levels directly on your chart. No manual analysis required. This is particularly valuable if you're still building your chart reading skills. The indicator does the work for you and saves an enormous amount of time. Alerts. You can set up notifications for every action the indicator takes. Buy signal, sell signal, whale buying, whale selling, trend change. The key setting, trigger on bar close only. That way you'll only get notified when the signal is already fixed and confirmed, not while the candle is still open and the signal could still shift. Connect it to your email or the TradingView mobile app, and the system runs in the background while you live your life. Alright, enough theory. Let me show you exactly how all of this comes together in a real trade. The first thing I'm checking before I even think about entering a trade is the big picture. Look at the trend color bars. The candles are green. That tells me we're in an uptrend, and I'm only looking for long opportunities. I'm not going to fight that. Now look at the IQ liquidity. You can see there's a significant green liquidity cluster sitting below the current price, and a smaller purple cluster above. That asymmetry is telling me something. The bigger pool of liquidity is below, which means there's a chance price dips down to sweep that level first before making a real move up. I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm not chasing anything yet. And there it is. Price sweeps down, tags that green liquidity cluster, and immediately bounces. That sweep is exactly what we were waiting for. The market maker cleared the stops. Now watch what happens next. Now I'm looking at the IQ footprint on that last candle. The total is green. Buyers stepped in hard at that liquidity level. This isn't a random bounce. There's real buying pressure behind it. And right on that same candle, IQ trend prints a buy signal. But we don't enter yet. And this is the moment where I need to stop and give you the single most important rule of this entire indicator. You only enter after the signal is fixed. Fixed means the signal appeared on a candle, the next candle is already opened, and the signal is still sitting on that previous candle. It hasn't moved. That's your green light. If the current candle is still open and the signal could still shift, you wait. So we wait. The next candle opens. The buy signal is still sitting on the previous candle. It hasn't moved. The signal is fixed. That's our green light. I enter long right here. My stop loss goes where the indicator places it, just below the recent swing low, below the liquidity zone that just got swept. My take profit zones are already drawn on the chart automatically, the areas where the indicator recommends closing at least part of the position and moving the stop to break even. Price starts climbing. Watch how it moves. Clean, directional, and with conviction. This is what a properly structured trade looks like when you're entering after a liquidity sweep, with buyer dominance confirmed in the footprint in the direction of the trend. TP is hit. At this point, I close part of my position and immediately move my stop loss to break even. My remaining position now has zero risk. Even if the market reverses from here, I'm not losing anything on this trade. TP2 hits. I close another portion. The last piece of the position I let run, stop at break even, protecting me the whole time. We let the trade run and boom, solid profit. That's the difference between trading a real system and just reacting to price. Start with 1 to 2% of your deposit per trade, with isolated margin. In crypto, hard stop losses get hunted. Volatility spikes specifically to clear retail stops before the real move begins. Instead, use IQ Trends averaging signals. If price moves against you, the indicator often shows a refined second entry. Add carefully, never exceeding 6 to 10% of total deposit in a single trade. Once you're sufficiently in profit, add a structural stop and let it develop. It's a method designed specifically for the manipulation-heavy reality of crypto markets, and it works. Now, IQ Trend is a premium indicator, and I'll be straight with you, I normally don't give airtime to paid tools, but an 80.2% win rate across 203 backtested signals with a profit factor of 3.2, those numbers are hard to argue with. And the creator is so confident in what this indicator delivers that he's offering a 48-hour trial for just $10. You get access to the core of the system, the buy and sell signals, enough to put it on a live chart, run some trades, and see for yourself whether it delivers. And on top of that, I negotiated a huge discount for our community. Click the link in the description for 30% off using this code. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.